if I look back on where my desire to do this came from, it started at an earlier age than I realized. And I was that kid that wasn't allowed to do sports or definitely not work out at a younger age when I wanted to. And that was when everyone still thought it was, going to stunt your growth or something along those lines. So I would run down to the basement and I would make stuff up with my body weight. I'd put my feet on the pool table to do push-ups, whatever I could think of to make it harder for myself to exercise. But I didn't touch any weights for until I got to high school. And then I was allowed to work out. I was allowed to play sports. And from that point in my life, it was all about football for me. It was all about sports, and that was my passion. That's what I thought was my big passion, and it was for a long time, until injuries derailed that. And I played as long as I could. I played into my 30s, but it took me until my mid-30s to realize that my passion was actually working out, and it always had been. I just hadn't noticed it, because it was a part of sports. It was always what I thought was a secondary to the sports, and it may have been primary the whole time. I've always loved working out, always loved being in the gym. It's always been my church. And it got to a point where I just enjoyed making up new routines and making up new exercises and taking what is a basic type movement and trying to amplify it by 3 or 4 times. And it was really initially just me trying to defeat myself, I think. I was trying to find something I couldn't do, or find a way to make it hard again. And every time I did that, then I tried to amplify that. And yeah, I would have teammates or friends asking me what are you doing? What are those workouts you're doing? And I was training people for years, just on a friendly level, just sharing my workouts with people, showing them what I did. And even after football, I was in another profession for several years before I realized what I wanted to do. And I gave it a shot. I gave myself 1 year to make it. I'd already had children. And it was kind of a point in my life where I shouldn't be playing around with what I'm going to do for a living. But things led me to a point where it was kind of a now or never thing. And so I tried it, and I knew immediately that I loved it. And it turned out that I think this was my true passion, and this is what I wanted to do the whole time. I mean, would I have preferred to be in the NFL? Yeah. But we all know that's not a forever thing. That's a very short-term thing. So that did not happen, but this did, and I think ultimately this was better.